So, I'm not sure about my setup right now. Maybe, okay. I'm very not sure about my setup right now. Okay. I've... hang on. I'm doing like the same thing that I did last time, where, I would just have chat on my laptop. But today, for certain reasons, I can't have my laptop right next to me. So it's a little bit of a distance, like about 2 arms length away from me. It's proving a little hard to read messages at about a meter and a half away from my eyes on a 14-inch laptop. Ooh, okay, I could barely just make out a hello. Oh, okay. Hey, what's up, Mr. Nest Live guy? Good to see you, man. I'm awake. Okay. Oh. You know what? You know what? If you guys give me just a few seconds, let me just try and figure out a way for me to be actually able to see messages. Okay, well that... Okay, well that kind of works. Hopefully. Okay, that does actually kind of work. Alright. That was pretty hard, not gonna lie. Uh, my eyes aren't bad or anything, but chat on a 14-inch laptop, 1.5 meters, no, probably 2 meters away from your eyes. Yep. Little hard to see. Alright, let's see what we missed. What is up, everybody? Wait, who's here? I don't know who's here yet. Oh, Venti. Whoa, Venti the Bard. Okay. Yo, Asuna. Okay. I have YouTube chat, like the window with YouTube chat, like zoomed in. What percent zoom is this? 150. 150% zoom. I had to unpin my message just to see the one message up there. I'm awake and not busy. Wow, really? Wait a moment. Isn't it like, okay, probably almost midnight where you are? But hey, happy to see you, man. Happy to see you here. Good to see you again, Mr. Nice Live Guy. Was reading manga, saw the notification came. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you, Asuna. Yo, what manga are you reading, man? Oh, by the way, Venti is my favorite character. Yo, thank you for the super, Mr. Nice Live Guy. Wow. Okay. You know, some people do be wishing they could spend that much on Genshin. I mean, like, really. Thank you so much, man. Now I wonder how much copium I could buy with that. Yeah, and I wonder what kind of visions I'd be able to see if I whiff that much copium like in one go. All right, I'm just trying to catch up with everybody's messages. Hey, what's up, Ellie? EMP. Oh, is this a, what is that? Did you change names? Or is this a different YouTube account you got using? You're using? You got going? You're using, yeah. Goe Alegir. What's up, Siri? What does that mean? Watched Hunger, a Thai movie? No, I'm afraid I haven't, man. I'll do my best. No. Are you busy? I actually got quite a few things to do. And it started really late. In fact, I don't think I may be able to finish all of it. Also, Abyss? Abyss hasn't reset yet, hasn't it? Very satisfied with my Burgeon. Burgeon? What? 45k Burgeon damage. How do you even hit the seeds, though? Because, like, his E's are gonna target... Oh! So you just spam... Wait. He doesn't have very good uptime on his infusion. I imagine it'd be kind of hard to hit the seeds with his E's because they auto-target enemies. But wow. Well, gotta hand it to you, man. Gotta hand it to you to be able to build even a character like Nilou for something that he clearly wasn't made for. That's true endgame right there. Venti. Also, Mr. Nice Life Guy, why is Venti your favorite character? We got Ganyu 35 pity. Yo, congrats, Ellie. Congrats. I hope you pre-farmed her so at least you could use her soon-ish. Or at least, you know, immediately, if that'd be better. If you could use her immediately. But hey, at least, like, if you don't pre-farm for a character that you pull, at least you have a bit of a journey ahead of you, compared to like if you pre-farm for a character and you like 5 minutes right after you get them, and then they're level 90, max talents, artifacts are ready, like they're just perfectly built already. You're like, okay, you're like, now what? Want a small trivia? Yeah, please, of course. We always want to know any amount of trivia. Siri. Especially because a lot of the trivia that you give us is like trivia that I've never heard anyone ever talk about. Simp. For Venti? I feel like Venti might be my favorite character, like like if I were to ever get isekai'd into Teyvat, Venti might be one of my favorite people in Teyvat. For certain reasons. Yeah, for certain reasons. Very motivating certain reasons. Hey, what's up, Happy? Yo, what is up, Itachi? I'm so sorry, guys. I missed a bunch of chats up there because I just had to like scroll down just so I could see the newest ones. All right, hang on. What is this guy immune to? Immune to Geo. Baizhu snake. Her name means living long. Chang Sheng. Living long. Oh. Okay. Now that's some trivia. I didn't even know that. Especially because well, despite me knowing a little bit of Chinese, at least like those words, I didn't know those. I gotta say, C6 Ganyu, having fun. C6 Ganyu, I'm having quite a bit of fun with C6 Ganyu. I've been doing Abyss, like I would just be bored like right after I finish all my dailies, resin and everything. I would just realize, okay, like, oh, there's nothing else to do now. And then I would close Genshin. But 10 minutes later, I'd just be like, I want to do Abyss again. And I would just use like just the traditional melt Ganyu. Yeah, like OG melt Ganyu, like with Bennett, Changling, and the Shielder. I used to think he was it was a she back then. When I first started playing. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Mr. Nice Life Guy. We kind of all did think that way back then. It was hard not to think Venti was a dudette. Right? Like I don't know, like, cause it's right. Like you look at, okay, you go into Venti's profile. Okay, there it is. You go into his profile. Voice actress is a woman. And now I know it's not uncommon for younger male characters in anime to be voiced by, especially in you know, typically in English VAs, in English dubs. It's not uncommon. It's not very common, but it's also not uncommon for younger male characters to be voiced by female English VAs. But when a character just looks so conflicting, like, yeah, it's hard not to think that it's a girl. That's Kokomi and Baizhu. Whoa, I didn't realize you had those two. Siri. That's kind of like the most comfy, well, one of the most comfy ways to play. Oh, sorry, Kokomi. Sorry, I was thinking Nilou.
No touching. Well, access denied.
I'm going for Kazuha. I need him. I got C1 Ganyu. By the way, I'm F2P on Genshin. Usually I use money on essentials for... well... I mean... yeah, that's a respectable... that's definitely an understandable essential. Mr. Nice Life Guy. Also, I guess like the thing with Genshin is like, especially if you're, you know, like if you're really like into meta, and even if you're not, like spending a bunch of money in Genshin, I guess I know this is subjective, but for a lot of people, I imagine that it kind of takes the fun away, because like you just blow everything up so quickly if you spend a bunch of money. Like maybe a little is fine, but like a lot, I don't know. Like I can only imagine how bored Giga Whales are, especially if they're not into like speed running and stuff, right? Like they just they're like a casual gamer, but they're a Giga Whale. Like they C6 R5 everything, and have like multiple copies of certain weapons at R5. I don't know. I can't even begin to imagine how bored they are. So there's a certain charm to being F2P, or at least close to F2P. Gets scolded noob every time in co-op. Why? Insulting me just because I was not a meta player? Well, yeah, that's kind of one of the dark things about Hey, what's up, Coffee? Yeah, that's kind of one of the dark things about the Genshin community is like the Genshin community is like filled with such passionate like players, and not even just players, like just a bunch of people who probably don't even play the game, but are probably on Hoyo Lab or other Genshin communities like Twitter, Reddit, Discord, like just for the art, just for the story. Like some people maybe really just for the manga. And I wouldn't find it hard to believe that some people might not even know that Genshin's a game. Like some people probably just see art of Genshin, like you know, like some like certain fan favorite characters, like a lot, like certain eye candy characters, like for example like Raiden Shogun, Yaimiko, Yelan, whoever, right? And some other some certain husbandos, right? Just on like this art for music channels on YouTube. And someone would just be just interested in music, and he'd see just art of Genshin, not even realize what that is. Yeah, I wouldn't even find it hard to believe that there are quite a bunch of people that are like that. Hey, what's up, Bozan? Rich RJ. No, I mean, like, I mean, very thankful. Oh, how did I not take fall damage from that? Also, how did I do that? Did you guys see that? Alright. Nice. That was awesome. That's probably the first time I've ever done that. I might have been able to do that quite a few times already, but I always stop myself in mid-air thinking that I'm gonna take a bunch of fall damage, or just die. Because that was quite high. Pretty happy I got that on stream. Or people are just crazy. Well, in the Genshin community or outside the Genshin community, it's you know, if people are just like that. Oh, might as well do this while I'm here. Goofy ships. Maybe, but then again, you'd be surprised. Like, despite certain people, despite people knowing so much about the game, the story, characters, and like their personalities and stuff, still pretty high tendency that they're gonna have some goofy ships. Is Baizhu good, RJ? Good. I don't see a situation. No, actually, scratch that. I don't see there are very specific situations that you might want him, because as of right now we don't have a Dendro Shielder, right? Do we? Do you have a Dendro Shielder? Hang on. Dendro. Elemental type. Okay. Dendro. There we go. All right. Shielder. No, we do not have a Dendro Shielder, right? So, like, right now, he has a function that only he does. He's pretty unique, just in that one specific aspect, albeit he's not an amazing shielder. His shield is more similar to Toma's shield, where it can get really thick. No, actually, you know what? Like it does. It actually can't get really thick, but it's just like almost always there. The advantage that Toma has is that, like, as long as like you just don't take any damage or take very little damage, your shield can get pretty thick at some point. Well, whereas Baizhu's only has it goes up to a certain thickness, but then like after it breaks, you just get a new one made out of dirt. You know, like a Minecraft house. It's just made of. It's just like a dirt house. At least he heals. Yeah, so he's not amazing. As for the healing, I haven't seen much footage of him. I don't have him myself, so I don't know how good his healing is. I imagine it's decent, but I would also imagine it's not like on the level of like a full healer Kokomi build, right? Like a full healer build Kokomi. I would imagine it doesn't get that good, because he does have another niche. Like for example, he is an off-field dendro applier, he's a shielder, and he's a catalyst user, right? So he has quite a few niches. But then, like, similar to Jean, where Jean is good to decent on things that she's actually good in, but she's never like the best in any of them, which makes Jean which makes it so that it's hard to find a very specific situation that you immediately think of, oh, I need Jean. And same with Baizhu. I guess Baizhu is like a nice like fourth character in certain teams, but of course, again, like if you're in a situation where you just want more comfort, because like healer plus shielder, that does have its advantages, because like now you can just put a healer and a shielder and a catalyst user all in one slot. That makes it a little easier to build teams, because now you're pretty much free with the other 3 slots, because you have your catalyst user. Why do I keep mentioning catalyst user? Catalyst users are pretty important in Genshin, because if you're running a team that has at least one DPS that relies on what is it called, multiplicative reactions, or just raw damage based on attack and crit, then you could always put TTDS on one of your catalyst users on the team, right? And in Baizhu's case, that's Baizhu. Plus the fact that his healing scales off of HP, TTDS gives HP, right? So it's just, it works, right? It works. Maybe I should try this. It's pretty annoying. Pretty annoying boss to just well, I guess it's not as annoying as like certain enemies, but it's not like the most comfy boss to be using charge shots on. I have C1 Jean. I love her. Jean's really like, I actually used Jean a lot. Especially when I got C2. Yeah, I gotta say, C2 makes her pretty fun to use, especially if you have a character that relies on like just attacking. Like if you have let's say Nilou, for example. Like when your burst is when you're infused with pyro and his burst, of course you want a normal attack. Same thing with Eula, or who is it? Yoimiya. While it doesn't add that much value... Oh, okay. I keep forgetting that I don't get particles if I do that. Swap. Hey, okay. That's the first time I've timed that correctly. I still don't have a very good like timing for like when to swap out to a different character for this boss.
Stabilize.
Okay. I just made so many seeds somehow. Okay, I guess these guys are... Wait, how did I make so many seeds?
Body and mind.
Are these guys... No, they're not
Rain
self-imbued with Dendro.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Wait, how... Huh?
Quietly now.
How did that seed come out?
Here comes the cash.
I'm getting confused.
Higher, higher, hands on fire.
I will have order.
Huh? No, my sword. Ring cutter. Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Of course, these guys would give me seeds because they have a Dendro shield, and I'm putting Hydro on them. Whoa, that's a lot.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over. Body and mind.
Oh, I guess that's it. Alright. Me. Still in high school. You have your own money. And wait till you graduate from school. Bro, I gotta go. I'm sorry. Oh, well, that's alright. That's alright. Hey, still appreciate you coming by and hanging out with us for a little bit, Mr. Nice Life Guy. Take care, man. I imagine it's like about like lunchtime where you are. So yeah, have a good day, man.
Let me read you a verse. Rain outlines your fate. Things are about to get dicey. Busted.
Oh, why can't I? There we go. I mean, the stats look nice, right? Like if it was like a 5-star artifact, but I really I've been recently starting to collect instructor pieces, and I don't know what stats I should keep, because like I don't know what characters typically would typically be okay running instructors, because like it's a 4-star set. Hey, what's up, Chauvin? How's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. Hog fellow instructor enjoyer. I mean, like, okay. Well, hang on. Before you get, before I get your hopes up, I haven't raised a single instructor piece. But I have been locking them. But my problem is like I don't know what stats I should be looking for. So some of them I keep. Some of them I don't keep. Like I don't know what stats I should be looking for, because I haven't taken too much time to like think about what teams would I put instructor on someone and who would I put it on, ER or EM. Okay, ER I have been looking up for like ER Sands. I don't think I've gotten one yet. EM I would imagine, but then like I don't know, right? Because like if let's say EM, okay, then that's kind of the thing, like why I haven't been keeping all my EM instructors, because I'm thinking if I put like a full EM set instructor EM instructor set on someone, I would imagine they might be the one like triggering the reactions, right? Like Hyper Bloom or Version or Aggravate, whatever. Or whatever other reaction there is. So, wouldn't I prefer to put a 5-star set on them so that they would just have higher main stats and higher substats? I don't know. And that's why I'm so conflicted. I just subscribed. Oh, thank you, Chauvin. Feel free to join in the fun. Or ask for some tips if you want some. Because, like, I may not be the best Genshin player out there. But I'll... You know, I'm like a pretty meta / min-maxed. Although I'm not a theater crafter. I can't do math myself. But I do try. Well, I don't try to do math, but I try to like stick pretty close to the meta. And like well, you can see my account. It's pretty... Maybe it's not like the like 100% min-max. It's more like a casual 70% min-max. Like look, I I even min-max my overworld team, like double Animo Resonance with a shielder with a character that's good with AoE, immune to Electro, I believe. Electro, yep. I just stock ER. I imagine ER might be useful, yeah, because like yeah, that's what I've been looking for. Well, one of the things that I've been looking for, but then like anything else, I don't know. Oops.
Access denied. No touching.
Because I imagine like some characters that you might want to put instructors on. Like an example would be someone like Lisa, right? Someone like Lisa, you might want to put instructors on Lisa. I imagine you want her to get her burst up as much as possible. Most of you guys go say, maybe not all, but yeah, I'm surprised by how many young people actually come to chat. I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I'm also a little bit relieved that there aren't any. Like, there haven't been as many 8 and 9-year-olds here as there used to be, because I used to be so anxious, like always paying attention to what I'm like the stuff that I'm saying, the stuff that I'm talking about. Just being scared that there might be like an 8 or 9-year-old in chat. Juana doesn't need HP. She can save. She can have for Noblesse. Instructor depends on your team though. I guess so. Well, instructor, yeah, you're right. But then, yeah, because like typically what you'd want really on her is just her Omen buff, which really doesn't change by her artifact set and her stats. Important part, I guess, like, oh, animal. Okay, I was concerned. I was like, what is that, immune?
No touching.
Oh, it got through the shield. I'm ignoring your what? Your cement? I'm kidding, man. Chat is super lively tonight, though. Also, the way that I have chat set up right now is I have it like zoomed a little bit, so I can't see like as much vertically as I usually can. I have it zoomed in because I have chat just on my small screen laptop. Not super small, but it's like it's 14 inches, right? It's not like a 16 or 15-inch laptop, so it's pretty small. And it's also not like right in front of me. It's behind my monitor, so I'm really only seeing like half of my laptop screen. Okay, so we did one weekly boss. Okay. I'm doing fan fiction. Or do you like to listen to music? It depends. Yeah, I love music. I actually really do like music. I guess ever since becoming an adult, I just don't think I've had much time to just sit and enjoy music. Especially because like I don't have a very wide attention span. I have a very narrow attention span. Like for example, if I read, like if I see someone's message, like a personal message, or even if I'm just reading anything, actually, whether it's work or personal, whatever, I have to actually pause music or just mute it completely. Like I just can't have it playing even if I lower down the volume, because like it'll take me longer to understand what I'm reading. Yeah, so that's like when I want to listen to music, I typically want to like just have music playing when I'm doing something that doesn't take my full attention. So I thought my comment was being censored, or you ignoring me. Yeah, sorry, man. Especially because I was, especially earlier, I was really struggling because like my, especially when this stream started, my laptop was still even further than it is now. Oh, I wasn't able to swap out there. 70s or 80s Japanese city pop music. What's up with their music? I don't think I've ever listened to that yet.
Born of ice and frost. Access denied.
I still don't know how to time that.
Let's light it up.
Insignificant past. Solidified.
No touching.
My endless cycle begins.
I really still don't know like how to time the, what is it, like to get the permanent burning up. Like I know how to time it, like if I'm just spamming charge attacks, but whenever something changes, I just lose track of it.
Burn to oblivion.
Born of ice and frost.
Kneel.
Okay, time to start getting these things. Knock down your shield. Oh, here's one. What? Where's the other one over there? Oh. And
Reality. Solidify.
what's this guy's name again? This little green thing that's attacking Scaramouche's what is it? Jaeger.
Good riddance.
The first thing that came to my mind when I saw this boss was either Gundam or Jaeger, like from Pacific Rim.
Access denied.
Oops.
Possible.
And
Solidify.
pretty good build Sucrose. My question is, should I pull for Kazuha?
Born of ice
Well,
and frost.
the thing.
No touching.
Oops. I lost Pyro. There, okay. So, well, the thing is, like, a build on Sucrose also goes pretty well on Kazuha. At least artifact-wise, obviously, you know, they use different weapons. Also, when you say well-built Sucrose, like, what is that? Like a DPS Sucrose? I guess if it's a DPS Sucrose, then, like, that changes the story. That's a whole different story. But if it's just, like, a full EM Sucrose, just, if you get Kazuha, put it on Kazuha, works exactly the same. Sucrose, wait for ride and rerun. I would say, sorry man if I'm butchering your name, Ivalo. Try to think of the current teams that you can put your Sucrose on, and try to think of teams that you can, that you will be able to put Kazuha on. And then, like, okay, I guess so. There are certain situations where Sucrose is just is a little better than Kazuha, but there are so many more situations where Kazuha is a little better than Sucrose. Like, for example, so while mono teams, for example, like if you want a mono cryo, mono hydro, mono whatever, right? As long as it's a swirlable element, of course it still works with Sucrose or any other Animo unit because of the resistance reduction because of Viridis and Venerair. But then it just increases that by quite a bit more because of the Kazuha buff, like the elemental damage buff. And I guess that's up to you. Like, I gotta say, Kazuha is such a lifesaver in quite a lot of situations in the overworld, like just exploration and stuff. He's such a time saver, at least for me. And I would say a lot of people would agree with me. But some people will say, I can live without Kazuha. And that is true. I would also agree with those people as well. Yeah, but at least like coming, like, you know, if that were my account, like if I were you, I have 3 accounts actually, and I don't like, I wouldn't say that I can't live without having a Kazuha on any of my accounts, but it's just so much more convenient. So many situations get so much easier. Gets so much easier with having Kazuha. Hey, what's up, Mr. K? How's it going, man? Tell me about best team for Al Haytham. I'm not that familiar with like all the possible teams that you could put Al Haytham in. The best team that I've only used very few teams with Al Haytham. The best team that I've found to use with Al Haytham was just a Hyper Bloom with Nahida and Kuki. Yelan, Kuki, Nahida. Oh no. Okay. No. Oh, okay. Thank goodness Zhongli has so many hits on his normal attack. It was pretty easy to break the electro orb thing. With oh my god. I swear I did not realize I had 43 of those. Well, I don't have any of those lying around. This would have been so useful 30 adventure ranks ago. I'll vote for Kazuha and just collect primos for other stuff I want. Yeah, I don't know, like, I mean, I won't tell you, like, I would recommend getting Kazuha, because like that makes, I don't know, like, it's hard to explain, but if I feel like if I'm telling someone that I recommend them to do something, it makes it, to me, it sounds like I'm telling them you should do it, it's good for you. Right? And I don't want to tell people that, because like, especially in a game like Genshin, where there's hardly ever a necessity, especially like with having certain characters, like there's hardly ever a necessity, because while certain characters will make it easier for you to clear certain content, but you will still be able to clear the same content with different characters, with even if it's like a character that's weak against that specific content, it will still work. It will still work. Of course, you'll have to invest a little bit more effort into building that character, or like maybe retrying a few more times, or it'll be a little bit more annoying, right? But then you'll still be able to clear it. So there's hardly ever like a necessity or like a need, and like I'm sure most content creators and most degree crafters and most of the like the long time and experienced Genshin players like will agree with this. they will say the same thing, that you don't need certain characters. You will, like, it's depending on what you want. If you want exploration to be easier, then you would want a character like Kazuha, like Wanderer, or like Sayu, like Yelan, right? Because like they help, like they have things in their kits. They have certain abilities that make exploration easier. If you want to make specific content that is, let's say, okay, I haven't used this word in a while. Ventiable content, basically combat content that is just several waves and waves of small light enemies that can get sucked in Venti's tornado. Then yeah, having a Morgana would make that kind of content much easier to deal with, compared to like if you had a Hu Tao team trying to run around the ring, killing, like doing charged attacks, killing one hilly turtle at a time, where you need to kill like 50. That content will just become like brain dead easy with a Morgana team. As good as Kokomi, but he heals. Yeah, like hey, it's me, Genshin. Yo, Genshin. What are you doing here, man? I thought we were playing you.
Just the tune to a
How are you in chat now?
If you wish to hear it.
Well, anyway, I'm curious though. Like if you truly are Genshin, like Genshin the game, like I want to know how do you feel about the way that we play you? Oh, wait, do I have any condensed? Oh, I do. I have some. I got Ganyu as well. Yo, congrats, man. Did you pre-farm for her? I'm not John. I just have an addiction. Oh. Baizhu is cool as well. Pull value aside, you can always build around the units you like. If you really like Baizhu, go for him. Yeah, exactly. Baizhu versus Kokomi. Well, they're kind of different characters. In fact, Baizhu and Kokomi actually have a team together that they go pretty well in. Kokomi's pretty really replaceable. Depending on like what you're looking for. Like if you're looking for like AoE Hydro application for like a freeze team, then there's Mona. But then again, like question is, when are you gonna get Mona? Because there's no guarantee when you're gonna get Mona. But if you already have Mona, then like that drastically reduces your reason for going for Kokomi, right? Or ever needing Kokomi, because if you need the AoE Hydro, AoE off-field Hydro, you know, you already have, which you already have with Mona, but then you also need the healing in one character. You could just slap Prototype Amber on Mona, and like now you have a pseudo Kokomi. Well, if you already have Mona, then yeah, that drastically reduces your reason for pulling Kokomi. Or but again, like only if your reason for pulling Kokomi is you need the AoE off-field Hydro. But if your reason for pulling for Kokomi is you need off-field Hydro and healing. Well, yeah, I guess there's still Mona. But then like, okay, I guess the difference between Mona and Kokomi is that Kokomi has slightly better uptime. As long as you practice a little bit with your rotations. And by practice, I mean because like you need to like refresh her jellyfish. You need to have enough energy recharge on her, so that your burst is ready like as much as possible, so that right before like the like when your E is like right before like at half of its cooldown, you burst, and then it refreshes the duration of your jellyfish, which at least to me, like I'm not that good at video games in general. Like I'm a slow bro. Like, so it takes me, I need quite a bit of practice to get used to it. That being said, I don't have Kokomi on any of my accounts, and I'm doing fine. But again, that's completely up to you. Like, you might like to play teams that actually do benefit from having Kokomi. Oh, my energy is not full. Reasons really like her. You really like her? Go for it. What's the point of pulling for a top meta if you're not having fun? Well, that is true, but then like some people's arguments will be, but then meta is my fun, right? Like some people will argue that, and like me for example, like I chose to be miserable in terms of having very limited team options on my account for a very long time, because I wanted to get my current teams as strong as possible. And when I got to that point where I was happy with them, then it took a long time. I was miserable in terms of just not having a lot of variety in my team compositions. It meant that like basically I was using the same 2 or 3 teams every abyss, for like almost 2 years. But then again, I also found satisfaction in the, I guess, not raging in Abyss, because I can't 36 star like a new iteration of Abyss. I found satisfaction in the comfort of knowing that I could just 36 star Abyss even if my teams aren't the best teams to deal with said Abyss, just because of how strong I've built them. Oh, ooh, wow. Okay, why do I have so many of those? Okay, 92, 127, oh boy, why do I have so many of those? 144. Okay. Alright, wait. I don't know which one I should get. Prosperity? Who wants prosperities? Kaching, Ningguang, those are kind of the only 2 characters that I know that wants prosperities. I don't even know which one I should do. I hate this domain. I'm not going for that. $34. Okay, I have. Maybe this one. I feel like this might be a little bit more future-proof, because it's a newer domain, so more characters are a little bit more likely. But then again, no, it's not like what talent books or scrolls that they want typically depends on where they're from and not based on like whether they're new. Yeah, I guess I'll just go get the one that I have the least of. Fontaine is gonna be a pain. Why? What makes you think that, Luap? Are you talking about the swimming? I mean, I don't know. Like they've surprised. The devs have surprised me quite a few times by the way that they've made certain things that I would imagine to be quite boring. Like somehow they've managed to like build like certain gameplay around things that would be normally boring and made them into like something not like the peak of fun content, but like at least satisfying to play. So I don't know. I'm not expecting a lot, and that is the key, is to not expect a lot, so that there's a less likelihood of you getting disappointed. You know what? I'm just gonna use this team. Since a lot of 5 stars have decent teams, which can be built around these national 4th slot aka Dehya.
Wind strike.
Oh man, okay.
No touching.
You can't run from.
So there's gonna be the prototype controls for underwater. Huh. Possibly. Yeah, that's right actually. Oh my god. How did I not think of that yet? Hopefully Mona and Ayaka sprint works underwater. That might be like the final buff. The final buff to Ayaka and Mona sprint. You guys know that it was quote unquote buffed a while back.
Born of ice and frost.
Can't run from death.
Yeah, so if they can be used underwater, that might be like the final buff that finally makes that kind of sprint actually like be more of a benefit than a hindrance. Yeah, and you're right about Sarush though, right? Because like Sarush, because Sarush is like a 3D movement, like you know, because like you're able to just fly.
Wind strike.
How did I do that? I just made them take fall damage. Wait, that was 3 already. Oh no, that was just 2. Whoa, that was nice. That was nice. 2 in a row, baby. We got 2 in a row that gave us 2 in a row. Right? Was that right? Did I say that right? Did that come out right? Okay, I think that's it for this account. Let's see. Alright, that is it for this account. Although that was probably the fastest we're gonna do this. Gonna be a little bit slower on the other accounts, but not by much. Rip Pyro. I mean, like, if you think about it, if it's underwater, then everything's like, it would just make sense that everything would just have hydro applied to it, so it would just basically be free vape all the time. All right, just switching accounts to, let's see, what am I gonna do first? Maybe second account. What the? Oh, okay. Never mind. I got confused for no reason. How can Pyro users use skills underwater? Okay. You know how in oh man, wait. Okay. So, you know the difference between you know, in Avatar The Last Airbender, like the original series, and the M. Night Shyamalan, what's his name? Shyamalan? Like, the live adaptation, not the Netflix one, but like the other one. M. Night Shyamalan, I think that's right. Where the firebenders couldn't make their own fire. Like, only really strong firebenders could make their own fire. I would imagine that normal firebenders would need like a lighter or something. Like they would have to bring like a lighter with them all the time so that they could like always have a way to firebend. I would imagine all of them being underwater and like, okay, now what? I also remember this one mutant in X-Men. I don't know, like I've only ever seen him in that one like X-Men movie, like an older, not very old, but like from the 2000s or like the early 2010s, where he was like a fire guy, and his like rival was like an ice guy, and the ice guy could just produce ice anytime, whereas he needed a fire starter. That's why he always had a lighter with him. And I would imagine him being completely useless underwater. Imagine if Diluc or Hu Tao or Xiangling or Bennett were like that, right? Underwater, and then like when you press Q on Xiangling, she would just do the burst animation, and then like nothing would just come out. Or Bennett would do the burst animation, like it just nothing. That would be hilarious. Or wait, or imagine Diluc bursting, but then like instead of like the pyro phoenix coming out, it would just be like phoenix bubbles. It would just be like the same like phoenix shape flying out into the distance, but then like made up of bubbles. What about cryo? Do you freeze the ocean? I would imagine you might end up freezing yourself too, right? Like, all right, I got a feeling that we're overthinking this, but then again, like, Genshin isn't exactly made to be real, but then like they did kind of like incorporate things that are somewhat realistic. Like for example, if you put fire and water together, of course, water would evaporate, hence vaporize. Ice and fire, the ice would melt, but then like as for doing damage, right, like that's not like, it's not exactly the most realistic thing. But then again, who am I to kill our joy, right? Who am I to burst our bubble right now? I want to buy one of your accounts, which has Zhao and Zhongli and Cheap. Oh, sorry, man. I'm afraid, like, I just, I don't have Zhao on any of my accounts, and I don't know, like, I think I've just grown too attached to all of my accounts. I would likely never do that. Like, unless if, something in life, like, just needed me to quit. Like, and I don't know, like, I can't even imagine, like, what would make me just need to fully quit Genshin. But then, like, other than the game server shutting down, or like the game dying, or anything like that. But then, like, if the game's dying, then I wouldn't be able to sell my account anymore, because like who would want to buy it? And the same thing happened to my other account. My account in an old game that I played in like the mid 2000s. My account, even until now, it still exists. Like somehow they've been able to keep the game running, but it's kind of just barely running. Like there are hardly any players playing. Like when I log in, I see the server, like they have like a player count too of how many people are online, and like I almost all the time I see like anywhere from like 3 players to 20 players online. And this is like a legit like international game. Like you could just download it almost anywhere. Unless if there are like restrictions in your country, of course. But yeah, it's an international game. Somehow they're still able to keep the game running throughout all this time since the mid 2000s. My account still exists, it's there. But then again, like the game's basically dead, so who would buy it? And I just, because I don't know, I've grown attached to it. I've put in so much effort into the account to build it, and I don't know, I just didn't want to sell it, despite my account like in the peak of the peak of that game, and that game's peak popularity, that account would have been worth a lot. I just didn't want to sell it. Imagine using Nilou under. Oh my god, using Nilou underwater. Wait, who's the fastest Dendra applier? Would that be Al-Haytham? Imagine using Al-Haytham underwater, just normal attacking with your Dendro infusion, and have and like it would be a Nilou team. How many blooms would you make? I can't imagine any healer being able to keep up with that many blooms. It would just be like I don't know if you guys have seen that I believe it was like a Barbara glitch. No, I don't know. I don't remember. But there was this glitch a long time ago, and the clip that I saw of it was Barbara. I think it was like Barbara charged attack being glitched. I don't remember. But I vaguely remember that glitch. It is Al-Haytham actually. Oh, it is. Yeah. Because like I imagine like with the infused Hydro like with your normal attacks plus like all the other like coordinated attacks. Yeah, that's why Al-Haytham was like the first guy in my that came to my mind. Nahida is I guess she's good at applying Dendro because like being a catalyst user, but her normal attacks are pretty slow, and obviously ICD, and she doesn't really have a lot of like other like off-field, no, not off-field, but like other Dendro like sources Dendro application other than her normal attacks and her Trikarma, which is like once every 2.5 seconds only and goes a little faster, not much, with her burst open. Oops. Oh, there it is. I drew Skara. Yeah, Miko and Kazuha.
It is something of a luxury.
Yo, what's up,
I
Clee?
love listening to the...
I didn't know you drew. Also, okay, you know what? Scratch that. Maybe I did, and I just forgot. And if I did forget, I'm sorry. And if I didn't forget, if I didn't forget, and then I just... What? Okay, I saw the Kazuha hold E come out, but I didn't go anywhere. Oh, there you are. I just missed at point blank. Point blank. Oh, maybe I should do this first. Immune to cryo. Alright, definitely gonna have to swap out a Ganyu here. Tell me about this team. Al-Haytham, Baizhu, Nilou, Kuki.
When did that happen?
It's okay. It's a... What is it? It's a Hyper Bloom team. But then having Nilou there... Wouldn't you rather just take advantage of Nilou's kit and go with a bountiful Bloom team and replace Kuki with another Hydro, like a Xingqiu maybe, or a Yelan, or whoever, even a Barbara. Just so you could take advantage of Nilou's bountiful core kit.
One with nature.
Quietly now.
I mean, like, by all means, it's not a bad Hyper Bloom team. But, I don't know. I just feel a bit more strongly about taking advantage of Nilou's kit.
Solidify.
Unless you're going DPS, which is a different story. Yeah, that's true. And that's another one too. Yeah, like if you're building Nilou as just a DPS, then yeah, sure. Right? Because technically, it doesn't even matter like how much EM Nilou has in that team, because it'll be your Kuki that'll be proccing the Hyper Blooms.
Thank you for
The core of best I'll hate them teams is often those Nahida, and it branches out to aggravate or Hyper Bloom. Yeah, like I guess like that's kind of like the core to most Dendro teams is Nahida. Like the only time that I could think of where you wouldn't want Nahida on a Dendro team would be if you were playing Sino. If you were playing Sino in a specific situation, in a single target, sure, Nahida all the way, right? But in a situation where you're dealing with lots of like squishy enemies and they come in multiple waves, it would just be better to just have Kali or Dendro main character compared to Nahida, because like of the Dendro application just becomes weird, like and like unreliable, because once you burst on Sino, you can't swap back to Nahida to put Dendro again on someone. If you do, then you lose your Sino burst. But then like other than that, I can't think of any Dendro team that would be better without Nahida. Nahida again? Wait, what? Agane? I'm dumb. I don't understand. Are you saying again? Again in spelling it in a funny way? 75k SP. Sheesh. Okay. That's yeah, you definitely want to take advantage of those bountiful cores, man. Like take sorry, not Nilou. Take Kuki out of that team.
Here comes the catch.
Yeah, you definitely want to take advantage of her kit then, since you're not building her as a DPS.
Quietly now.
Where's... Oh. Immune to animal. Okay. Oh, this is probably the Rift Hounds. Yeah, instead of using Kuki, yeah, use Xingqiu, Yelan, or even Barbara. Yeah, if you don't have anyone else, yeah, just use a Hydro. Use a Hydro character. I mean, like, I feel like Barbara would be pretty okay. Like, if you don't have Kokomi or wait, who was that again? What was that team? Hang on. Oh, you have Baizhu already. Okay. Or even what's her name? Yao Yao. Yeah. Because like from my understanding, it doesn't need to be double Hydro, double Dendro, right? It just needs to be only Hydro and only Dendro in the team. At least that's as far as I understand it. Where is she? Nilou. Looney. Nilou tunes. Oops. Nilou. Looney Tunes. All characters in the party are all Hydro or Dendro. And there are at least one Dendro character, one Hydro character. Yeah, right? So it only needs to be Dendro and Hydro. It doesn't need to be 2 Dendro and 2 Hydro. You could even put Yao Yao in there, just, you know, just so you have someone to on-field, because like all the 3... Oh, well, I guess you do have El Haytham. Never mind. Never mind.
Stabilize.
I was thinking Yao Yao. I don't know, like I feel like Yao Yao might be one of like a very comfy character to run in most Nilou teams.
Things are about to get dicey.
Well, okay, you know what? Wrong wording. Most Nilou teams? No, there's only one. There's only a... If you want to use... Oh! Ah! Oh! No! Okay, I forgot about the corrosion. Alright, I have to admit, I forgot about the corrosion.
Quietly now. Here comes the
I seriously
Take it easy.
underestimated him, or I overestimated myself. Forgot about the corrosion. Forgot that Hu Tao kind of kills herself when you press E. Yo, what's up, Bombcat? Good night. Whoa. You just stopped by to say good night? That is so sweet of you, man. Good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know. I feel like if I were ever if I were to ever use get Nilou and want to use her in a what is it, in a Bountiful Bloom team, I would probably like there's a 90% chance that I would raise and use Yao Yao on that team too. I don't know. I just feel like it's such a comfy option just to have that 50% Dendro resistance. Plus the healing. Geo damage. Belly button weird Nilou. Show Cookie build, please. Cookie? Cookie is just full EM. Yeah. Just full EM. Iron Sting. 4 gilded. Just with, you know, full EM. And I don't even have very good EM substats on these pieces. I guess this one's okay, but not, you know, like I've seen people with like 90 or like 100 EM on their feather or flower. I just don't want to have to bother farming yeah, I don't know, like I guess I still am farming the Deepwood domain just because I don't have any other domain I can think of farming right now, but I just haven't gotten that pieces like that. I'll hate them. Baizhu, Nilou, Yao Yao. That's okay, I guess. Yeah, because it's gonna be a little hard to justify being off the field on, because okay, so well, Al Haytham has actually Al Haytham can pretty much have 100%. No, okay, yeah, he can pretty easily have 100% uptime on his like, Dendro infusion, as well as like his passive, like the coordinated Dendro attacks. So it's kind of hard to justify to not be on the field on Al Haytham, which is why I kind of like I backtracked on my suggestion you know, with replacing Cookie in that team with Yao Yao, because you already have Al Haytham, and Al Haytham has like does really good damage. He has like really good personal damage, And obviously he's a very on-field character. He doesn't have any off-field abilities. I still suggest Xingqiu or Yelan. Yeah, me too. Me too. I would actually suggest both of those. But if you don't have Yelan and you're using Xingqiu in another team, I would oh man, I can't believe I'm saying this. I would actually recommend Barbara in that team. Just just to have as okay. So so number one, Barbara, right? More HP because like Hydro Resonance. Your Nilou will get more HP because of Hydro Resonance just by having 2 Hydro characters in there. And number 2, you will also have an emergency healer. And that, if I ever use Barbara in a team like that, the only time I will ever swap to Barbara is just to press Q in case I need an emergency healing. And that's it. No other reason. I just forgot the Baizhu healer. I mean, I know he's a healer, but because for some people, Baiju's healing alone might not be enough. Right? Like for example, if you're fighting hyper aggressive enemies, and you're like, like you're playing on mobile, or you're just not very good at dodging, or you just don't want to dodge, you just want like a comfy, brain dead way to play the game, then I would imagine you would prefer a comfier option, which is to have Baizhu and another healer.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
My endless cycle begins.
Oh, stop. Okay. Alright, my shield broke. I panicked. One word to describe Kuki and Faroese. Liquor. What does that mean, man?
All-knowing God.
Let's light it up.
Please just let me hit your foot. There. Thank you. I just need some energy.
Stabilize. Burn to oblivion.
We go. Let's light it up.
Oh no. Oh man. Okay.
Adventure time.
E. No, I don't have Bennett's E because I have this.
Reality solidified is pain.
That means hot. Oh, No, no objections, Your Honor. Absolutely no objections, Your Honor.
Gather. Good riddance. Cruel world.
It's okay, Alright, now that we're talking about this, alright, what a weird topic to just randomly bring up. But then, like, I don't disagree with the topic. I will never ever disagree with this topic. So back then, when Kuki first came out, she was pretty bad, right? Everyone, like I would say 98% of the community would agree on Kuki was pretty bad when she came out. Like, no one saw a way to redeem her. Like there were very specific situations that you might use Kuki in. Oh, come on.
Commit it to memory.
Ah, man. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't want to have to deal with this. Hey, no, don't shield up again. Okay. I don't even know if I hit him. All I care about is that he died. Okay, so there were very few redeeming factors about Kuki when she was released, right? And so my thinking was they made Kuki look super attractive. Not like a Raiden Shogun or Yelan or a Shinha or a Yaimiko sort of attractive. Like she has her own like attractiveness, right? Like she's a different like aesthetic, but attractive nonetheless. To try to make up for the fact that she was gonna be almost useless, and then they did the same thing. Who knows? I might be wrong. I might be right. I don't know. They did the same thing with Shinha. Right? They're pretty sure they did the same thing with Shinha.
It's so nice to do.
Like which like adult like female character model is like more attractive to more men than Shinha? Right? I would say like to some, I know, okay, maybe to some guys might not be into that aesthetic. But then I would reckon that more men might be into that look, and they made her look really good just because she's so niche that they're using appearance as like they're selling her a little bit more with appearance because it's harder to sell her by functionality. And okay, I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But that's exactly how it feels to me. Why is this a topic? I mean, okay, don't blame me, man. don't blame me. I'm just, I'm just going with the flow. Just going with the flow with what people are talking about.
Gotcha. Here comes the catch. Let me weave you a burst.
Oh, what the? That looks so weird when the way it slid around in the ground. One. Swap. Oh. Oh wow, two in a row. I timed that pretty okay. Yeah, I got the right timing there. Twice in a row, not bad at all.
Quietly now. Rain cutter. Game's up. Fun's over.
Stabilize.
Busted. Let me weave you a burst. Things are about to get dicey.
Oh god, they're so scattered. Or maybe I think I was the one that scattered them, I guess.
No, my sword. Rain cutter. Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Busted. Let me weave you a burst. Rain outlines your fate.
I seem to be enjoying this fight. I just realized I went really quiet there for a bit. Okay, Siri, please don't translate. I'm not gonna read that out loud because, like, number one, I don't understand the language. I know it's a foreign language, obviously. I don't know what it says. So I'm just gonna keep myself safe from the internet and not read that out loud. I can only imagine what it says.
Here comes the catch.
It's talking about Cookie. We're having this topic. I imagine YouTube would not be very happy with me reading that out loud. She reminds me. What? What did you say, Scorp? Cookie reminds you of what? Why? What a weird thing to say, but I'm curious to know why. The next patch will bring some part of Fontaine. No. There's no Fontaine yet. It's, you know, you will, Chauvin, you will know when it's Fontaine when the version update is like 4.0. That's at least, you know, if Hoyo doesn't change anything about the way that they're numbering the version updates, because like that's how they've been doing it every time so far, right? Like 1.1 to 1.8, I think. Yeah, 1.1 to 1.8, it was like Mondstadt and Liyue only. When 2.0 came out, that was Inazuma. When 3.0 came out, that was Sumeru, right? So if as long as they follow the same trend or the same version update like numbering scheme, then it stands to reason 4.0 will be Fontaine and not 3.7, not 3.8, 3.9, 3.69. If the first number doesn't reach 4, that's not Fontaine yet, probably, unless they unless they've suddenly changed their minds about the numbering scheme. Don't blame me, blame my brain. What? Next patch, TCG Sag. Yeah, okay. Alright. I was concerned about that. I didn't pay attention. I watched the replay. I couldn't watch the live stream because I was working. I watched the replay. I kind of ignored all the like events because like all I cared about were what characters were rerunning. And I also watched like every footage of Charlotte. Charlotte looks adorable. Like, she looks cute, she looks adorable, and she looks attractive at the same time. Like, okay, I'm a dude. Okay, don't judge me. I'm a dude. I'm just being a dude. Yeah. So Charlotte looks super attractive. Like, I watched I watched it like while I was doing my dailies and resin, so I was like only paying a very small amount of my attention. I was paying a very small amount of my attention to the video and mostly just listening. And then when I glanced over a little bit, I was like, wait, who's that? I actually like went back through the first like 2 or 3 minutes of the live stream because I just wanted to see Charlotte over and over again a few times. Also, okay, while we've already seen the drip marketing for Kirara, but she looks super cute. My favorite part about Kirara, like aesthetically, probably her press E animation. That was so cute. I don't know what it is about the animation, it just looks so cute to me. The way that she backflips and like when she lands, she doesn't just land and like stick the landing, she goes like point point. She bounces like when she lands the first time, she bounces once and then like lands like finally, and I don't know what I find about that so cute. It's weird, I know. It's just so cute to me. Another part that I would imagine might be useful on Kirara's kit is probably her hold E. It seems very similar to Sayu's hold E. And they're both 4 stars, right? So I imagine
One client.
Kirara might be very...
3 clients.
I imagine she might be a little bit more useful than Sayu, but not by much. I don't know, like, unless if she has some other, like, really special thing about her. She is a shielder, but then again, Sayu's also a healer. Right, so, like, they kind of both have their niches. Although Kirara hasn't been released yet, so we don't know about her passives. There might be something special about her, but I look at the footage and I just can't help but see a Dendro Sayu. A Dendro Shielder Sayu with no healing. That being said, at least just the fact that she's Dendro means that she's a little bit more like, she has at least a few more team archetypes that are possible just by the fact that she's Dendro. Alright. Siri, are you alright, man? Are you okay? Like, I wanna know. I'm concerned. I mean, I don't mind talking about dude stuff, about guy stuff, but then, like, I'm just concerned because, like, you're not typically like this. In fact, I haven't had, like, a guy time in a while. I haven't hung out with just the bros. Yeah, in a good long while. Didn't expect RJ to be a simp. I wouldn't say I am. I don't know, like what's like the minimum thing that would make you count as one? I don't actually know. Where's like the lines between being a simp and not being one?
Absurd. Illusions are but distractions.
Stabilize.
Shattered. Rain outlines your... Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
Oh, come on. First, I didn't have Yelan's burst, now I don't have Xingqiu's. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Easy. Oh, okay. At least we got our HP down. We can just punch through it. There we go. And Fade JPVA. Also really awesome. Really? In what way though? Can you show me your Hu Tao build, please? Sure. Oh, you should have asked me when a while ago when I was on my main account. That was my best Hu Tao across my 3 accounts. Yeah, this is my Hu Tao. This is my second account, by the way. This is actually my first Hu Tao. Yeah, I got this Hu Tao on her release. Yeah, I got Homa. When did I get Homa? Oh, I got Homa on this account during Hu Tao's rerun. And of course 4 Crimson, because I just prefer 4 Crimson over 4 Shimenawa. Of course you could also run Hu Tao with 4 Gilded, but I just, I haven't, like, I don't know. I think my 4 Crimson's decent, and I think it'll be a little hard to replace it with unless maybe if I am still farming the Deepwood domain, so like maybe sooner or later I might get a much better 4 Gilded set, especially because this Hu Tao doesn't have any EM. So I think if I am able to get like a 4 Gilded set that has much better substats than what my current 4 Crimson has, then maybe it might be an upgrade. but I don't see that happening anytime soon because these are pretty decent. Not the best. Like for example, a lot of low rolls. This one right has attack. Well, with like, and I could really do with a lot more EM on this Hu Tao. This one though, pretty sad. Hence why we have 1k, no, 1100 defense on Hu Tao. What? Oh boy, I almost forgot. I haven't done this yet. Okay, let's swap to our overworld team. I'm using Bane. Got 65 crit rate, 158 crit damage, F2P, 208 EM. That's pretty good. How much HP though? How much HP? Okay, 208 EM. I imagine. So you are using an HP Sands. Yeah, that is an HP Sands. So you probably have like 27 to 34k HP depending on your substats. Yeah, so okay, if you're running a 30k, okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good actually. Me personally, I would prefer higher crit rate a little bit. Your 65 crit rate, I would say that's like the minimum that I would feel comfortable using. But 65 is pretty good. Of course, I understand you can't just like you can't just like, okay, I'll just get 5 more crit rate. No, I know, I understand how it works, right? But yeah, I would often prefer like 70 to 75, and then when I get to 70 or 75, then I can completely forget about continuing to build that character, and I would just be perfectly happy with them until the end of time. But 65, pretty comfy as well. But with that crit rate, your crit damage, I'm actually pretty happy already with. Crit rate is, let's say if I'm in a situation where I can't think of what to use my resin on, I would just farm either the emblem domain or the deepwood domain, and then strongbox for I would strongbox for crimson pieces until I get like, even if I don't get any more crit damage, I just want a little bit more crit rate, like anywhere between 70 and 75, and then after that I would just completely stop building them. Yeah, but it's really good actually. I think that's really good. It's basically an endgame Hu Tao is what you got there. Crit damage since she ascends with that. Oh wait. So the build that you mentioned, is that like an already ascended Hu Tao? Or is that like a build that you just have ready for Hu Tao? What level is this? Level 80. Oh, level 80. Okay. So is it level 80 ascended? Or is it just 80 out of 80? Because if it's 80 ascended, then of course those will be your final stats. But if it's 80 out of 80 not ascended, then yeah, you're gonna get a bit more crit damage. Not a lot, but still more. Oh, why did I do that? I just wasted a hit just to destroy that thing. The Helichurl Totem, I guess is what it's called. Oh boy, hit you, boosh. Okay, burn these, and nope. There we go. Okay. And boosh. this thing, get that thing, this thing, and okay, I think that's everybody. All right, everybody, say cheese. 80 only. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. When you ascend her, you will get a bit more crit damage from her final ascension. And if you if you fully level her to 90 or even just 89, you're probably gonna get like another 2 or 3k HP. I think. I'm not sure about the math, but I think you're gonna get like anywhere from like 1800 to 2 or 3k HP more if you fully level her to 90 or even just 89. I found the Surush event super fun. It is, right? Like it's not like the peak of fun content. At least for me, like it's not like for me in Genshin, the peak of fun content is like doing a new abyss. And especially if it's not an annoying abyss, especially if it's like a satisfying abyss to play. Where's their chest? Did I get it already?
Time to go.
I guess I got it already. Okay, whatever. Bye. Okay, so where was this again? I think it was here. No. Ah, here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, believe it or not, I actually tried to... I put in some effort to remember the spots on where you should be looking. Where you should be going. Because, like, I just didn't have the patience to wait, like... how long is it? Like, 30 seconds for the hint? So I would actually... When I find the spot, I would look straight down just to look at what the ground looked like and look for like clues on the ground to exactly where the spot was, and try to remember whether I should go up or go down. And I just couldn't. I just didn't have I just don't have the patience to wait for 30 seconds for the clue or the hint that they have. For me, Abyss is a pain. Yeah, understandable. I felt the same way, especially when I was new. And I would imagine, even when you're not new, if you're just like a casual gamer, like who doesn't even care about the meta and stuff, then I would imagine Abyss is just probably a pain. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, this thing. Okay. This is the world quest. Wind Trace should be a feature, not gonna lie. Yeah, right? Wind Trace is pretty fun. Although I imagine Wind Trace... Well, the thing is, like... I do... Okay, this is kind of something that I hate about myself, is... No matter how bad something or some... No, not something. Typically, it's businesses. Like, typically businesses, no matter how badly businesses act, unless if they're just being total jerks for no reason, right? But in most cases, businesses do things for practical reasons, and whether that's practical for the consumer or practical for them as a business. And that's one of the things that I hate about myself is, like, okay, let's say I consume a business's product or service, and then I feel inconvenience or a nuisance, and then because I'm me, I actually start to think about why this is the case. Why is this like this? Why? And then like I try to think about the nature of their business, how this must be being run, how this is probably possible for them to do. And then like most of the time, like I would say like a good 85 to 90% of the time, I eventually like kind of guess. I'm not always able to find out whether I'm completely right or wrong about my guess, but 85 to 90% of the time, I'm just kind of able to guess as to how they're doing it, and then like I kind of just end up understanding why they are doing this or that, and then I just end up sighing, thinking like, man, there's nothing I could do about it. This is just how they do it. This is just how they work, and they can't do anything about it, because like if they don't do it this way, that they're gonna have to shut down. They're gonna have to shut down, and if they shut down, then I won't have this or that, this product or that service to consume. And if I could just consume it from another company, I don't know whether that other company might be less of a quality. It might not be. It might not suit my preference, and I don't know. I just find it annoying. Like I don't know. One of the things that I hate about myself is most of the time I hate something, and then after a bit of thinking, I typically just end up understanding, and then I just sigh. Ooh, I don't remember this one. I don't remember this one. Oh. Okay. I didn't actually look at the ground for this one. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I don't remember looking at the ground for this one. Trivia? Word trivia. The word vandalism is from the name of a Germanic tribe called Vandals. Vandals were the wild barbarians that sacked Rome during year 455 with the help of Goths. Okay, another Germanic tribes. What? Vandals. Vandalism. Okay, that's cool. And okay, so anyway, like why I went on that really long tangent about like understanding businesses and whatever is I imagine like Hoyo doesn't want to turn Wind Trace and some of their other fun events, right? Like what's the tower defense one? I imagine that was pretty fun too. Like if they like, I would be very happy if they put that into the game as like a permanent feature, but then I would also imagine it would lose its value just because it's always there. Kind of like okay, like TCG for example. The fact that they made TCG into a permanent addition to Genshin, it just completely turns me off, and I just don't want to touch it ever as much as possible. Right? But then like if they made TCG into just an event that would occasionally rerun, then if they made an event that was a TCG event where I would actually have to play like a card game, the TCG card game against NPCs or whatever, just to get my primos and rewards from the event, I would imagine it would feel a little bit less painful for me to play the game, despite me really disliking turn-based games. I would imagine it would feel a little bit less painful for me than playing it like just now, in the way that it is in the game now, because it's permanent. It's in the game. Because it's permanent, it's in the game. My thinking is that it's always there. I don't like it. I don't care. So yeah, compared to like if it only reran every now and then, I think I would just have a better opinion of it. And same thing with the tower defense event or Wind Trace. Okay, I wonder if I can hit both of them with this thing. No. Okay. Can I hit someone with this? Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I didn't miss. All right. This one though, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna miss this one. All right. That was one extra shot I probably didn't need to take. Or no, that was, yeah, 2 extra shots I probably didn't need to take. Okay. Oh, okay, these guys. All right. Say cheese. Which country's game is this? Which country's game? You mean like the developer? The developer is from China. It's a company named MiHoYo. But they changed names a few years ago to HoYoverse. Which, by the way, I still think is cringe. I don't know how you guys feel about the whole MiHoYo rebranding to HoYoverse. I still feel like the name HoYoverse feels cringe. That's why I still often refer to them as MiHoYo. I remember this one. Let me see. Ah, there it is. Okay, okay. I'd rather play Pokemon TCG or Yu-Gi-Oh! Hoyo equals metaverse. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Like that was why. Okay, if the whole like if Facebook didn't do like the whole meta rebranding slash restructuring thing and like I don't know, like just took the name metaverse, I feel like Hoyoverse wouldn't have left such a bad taste in my mouth. And there's a chance that I might have thought that the name Hoyoverse was actually catchy and cool, but because they changed the name, or they rebranded to Hoyoverse, not instantly, not immediately after the whole metaverse thing, but not very far after either. It just made it cringe for me. Hoyoyo. More cringy. Like Sino jokes. Change it to ho ho yo. I'm sorry, man. I'm afraid I can't read Chinese. I mean, like, I can speak some Chinese and I can read Pinyin a little bit. I'm not very good at it, but I can't actually read like Chinese characters. Oh, okay, okay. I zoned out there for a second. I thought it was like on top of the cliff. Okay, here. The Surush event might not be like the peak of fun content ever, like in gaming history, but I don't know. There's something oddly satisfying about it. I guess maybe it's because like it's so casual, right? Like I could, I like right. I wouldn't have to think and rethink and strategize at all, and then like I was just like, oh, there's the next glowy thing. There's the next shiny. Okay, where's another shiny? And then like pretty much I'll be able to do it. Oh. Better than 3 times kinky. Oh, speaking of kinky, okay. So I'm very surprised. The like the whole like select your own difficulty like boss event. It's coming back. How long has it been since we had that event? How long? Okay, although I imagine it's definitely going to be a lot easier than before. Because, I don't know. Well, I mean, obviously I could be wrong. But then, like, everything else that they've released in, like, almost 2 years now has been, like, a lot easier than what Genshin used to be. Oh, here. HYVs. Oh, Hoyo versus games. Early to try. Yeah, that was another thing too. So that's why I'm not like, okay. This is why this is why you don't hear me always cringing at the name Hoyoverse. Because I know that this like the one of the big reasons why they did like the verse name is because they're like going to interconnect their games in the future. You know, similar thing to like what Marvel has done, right? Like MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, Metaverse, right? Like it's yeah. The business like the what is it? Not a business model, sorry. Tactic? I don't know. Like I don't know the right terminology for it. I'm not a business major. It just makes sense, right? Like someone is doing it and it's working really well for them, and why not copy that? Oh, formula. Yeah, the formula, right? Like interconnecting your different like properties. Like you have this like lineup of movies. You have your Captain America movies, your Iron Man movies, your Hulk movies, whatever, and then like sooner or later they all come together, or if they don't if they don't come together or cross over with each other, then in the very least they will like hint at each other, and then that's gonna give like that small like whoa moment, which people will actually kind of look forward to. And it's something that might encourage people to play not just one game that they have, but also the other games. Like I imagine if you guys remember way back then in Honkai Impact, they had a Genshin Honkai Impact sort of collab. I don't know. Basically, Fischl and Keqing became playable characters in Honkai Impact. And you can bet some Honkai Impact players probably played Genshin because of that. And some Genshin players probably played Honkai Impact because of that. And there you go. More gambling addiction. Man. Okay. Well, I know it's an awful business model. Gacha is an awful business model because basically gambling is basically just legalized gambling. No, legalized gambling that's not being what's the word I'm looking for? Treated like not being legally treated as gambling. Governed. There's another word I'm looking for. Like, basically, gambling laws don't apply to gacha games, and then and basically like other forms of gambling inside video games, because they're especially this was like a big issue a few years ago, especially with like, okay, one of the biggest sinners was EA literally putting a slot machine into, I think it was FIFA, and they literally put a slot machine into FIFA, a football game. A video game of football has a slot machine in it. And this was like right at the peak of this whole like loot boxes are gambling like fiasco. And then like certain European countries were actually like trying to regulated. The word I was thinking for is regulated. Trying to find a way, or I don't know, like what, like they're trying to like fight these companies to either remove loot boxes or reduce the randomness or whatever they could do to like remove the randomness part of it. And EA just like, all right, let's put a slot machine in our completely unrelated video game. And somehow they still didn't get regulated as gambling. Hey, what's up, Happy? I haven't seen you say anything you've said like a message here and there. Is everything okay, man? They're gambling so much that kids wasting their parents' credit card, like spending mora, upgrading weapons, artifacts, building characters. Oh wait, did you guys hear about that news? This was, I think, 1 to 2 years ago. There was this girl, I think it was a girl. Yeah, girl in Singapore. Was it in Singapore or Korea? Either Singapore or Korea. I don't remember. But it was in Asia. Who made the rounds. Made the headlines in gaming news. A girl spent, I think it was like $22,000 of his dad's money in Genshin. And I'm gonna guess that was probably like through the credit card. And I don't know, I was dumbfounded. I was like, $22,000? What was she doing? Was she wailing? Like, right? Like, could you imagine that? And remember, this was like more than a year ago, almost 2 years ago, where there were much fewer characters. I guess a big problem back then was there was no epitomized path. There was no epitomized path back then. So maybe this girl was like trying to R5 weapons. And that, like, imagine, no epitomized path. There's no guarantee when you're gonna get the weapon you want. Finish my Zhao drawing? Yo. How does it look, Clee?
Stabilize.
I should have changed my team. Alright, I definitely should have changed my team. I guess that's pretty fun. Or fast. I almost clicked fragile. Or sorry, condensed. The girl's 16 years old, 17 by now, I think. Right? I'm going to get Discord to show you all drawings. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Clee. Please share it with all of us. Is it just me, or am I running so much faster than normal?
Gather.
Quietly now.
Why did it feel faster?
Busted.
Can't run from death.
Okay. Let's just use this thing then. How to share with everyone? I mean, you just okay by sharing with everyone. Just go into our have you okay, Clee? I'm gonna guess that you haven't joined our Discord server yet, right? If not, then just like click the link in the pinned message in YouTube chat. That is an invite link to our Discord server.
Things are about to get dicey.
And just share it into the I think there's a I don't know. I don't remember all the Discord channels we have.
Take it easy.
But I'm sure I think there was one about art. Alright, I'm gonna go eat. Oh, alright. Thanks for hanging out with us for quite a bit, Scorf. Take care, man. Okay, I guess expedition reset time. But first, we gotta use up our resin. I rarely pull standard, only if I have blue stones monthly. Yeah, me too. But I almost never pull on the standard banner because I don't want to do single pulls. So I typically save them up a little bit, like for at least for a while. Like typically I do, I pull there like every 2 months because that's when you get like 5 from the shop and then 5 next month. But sometimes if I'm leveling characters, I'm gonna get more of those blue fates, so it might be a little bit more frequent than once every 2 months.
Gather. You are not welcome here.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Bond is strong.
We'll meet again.
Talking about Singapore. Want to hear trivia? Oh, okay. You have something on Singapore? All right, what is it, man? Hit me. You just downloaded it? Oh, okay. If you just did, then then click on the link in the pinned message in YouTube chat right now. That is an invite link to our Discord server. If you want to share it with everyone, just there are many channels in on our server. Yeah, just pick the channel that seems most appropriate to you. Where am I going? I'm going the opposite way. Singapore, the name of the country, basically means town of lion, from the word Singa, lion in Malay, Pura, town in Malay. But it's called Singapura. So I guess, is that why they have this, just this big, like one of the defining features of Singapore is that big lion statue?
Here comes the catch.
Now you're testing my patience.
Busted.
Oh. Well. Okay. You just Alright, you just saw me nod off there a little bit. That's why I was running into a corner. Half lion, half fish. So where's the fish thing coming from? Do you know? It's called Merlion. Wait a moment. It's called alright, is that for real? It's called a Merlion? That is like super, it's very much like Avatar The Last Airbender. Right? Like, isn't that what they call animals in Avatar The Last Airbender? Like, especially because like a lot of the animals in Avatar The Last Airbender are like half of two animals. That's alright. That is something. Need help with Lumine? I'll hate them. Lumine, I'll hate them. Ganyu and delete for Abyss. How do you mean you need help? You need help building them, Genshin? Good night, everyone. Oh, you're off to bed? Alright, alright. Thanks for hanging out with us, Asuna. Take care, man. Good night. Yeah, I might be heading off to bed here soon too. Like, I just gotta make sure to reset expeditions across all my accounts and make sure that my third account, because I won't be able to do weeklies on my third account tonight. Make sure that my third account doesn't get capped on resin. Is that all my weekly stuff? Okay, definitely. Alright. I will just be swapping to my other accounts to reset expeditions over there. Did I just put a photo in? I'm so confused. Which server are you like on right now, McClee? Like, if you're on the server that has nothing to do about like sharing images or Genshin stuff, then people might not see it. Oh, she's on the mobile app. So like it's not like on PC where you just always see all the servers. Okay. I understand why that might be confusing to her. Okay, hang on. Sorry, Genshin. What characters were those again? Hang on. I'm scrolling up to find your previous chat. Why can't I find it?
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Oops.
Add as
Okay. Genshin, I'm so sorry, man. I might not be able to give you like very good advice right now because I'm actually I don't know if you saw me just a few minutes ago while I was doing I was doing the Deepwood domain. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was a moment there where I was literally just running into a wall, not doing anything for like a few seconds because I dozed off a bit. I'm actually really sleepy right now. It's 1:30 in the morning. Okay, just switching accounts to reset expeditions on my other accounts. So I might not be able to give you very good advice right now, man. I'm sorry. But if you have Discord, are you on our Discord server, Genshin? If you are on our Discord server, then great. You could ask us over there. And if not, and you have Discord, then I would recommend you join our Discord server. That is actually the main reason why I made the Discord server in the first place, long time ago. Because people exactly like you who would be coming in, asking for help, asking for tips. The best that I could typically give like in YouTube chat is like general advice. But then like some people every now and then will come in here needing very specific advice. Very specific advice that is very situational, and I would need to know about their account, what characters they have, like their situation for me to give them like the best advice I can give. Oh man, okay, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, that's it. And let's condense some resin. This is so confusing. I'm so sorry, Klee. I swear, I understand you, man. I understand you, Klee, because I felt the same way. When when I used Discord for the first time, and for a very long time, because I hardly ever used Discord. Before the server that we have. Right, like I hardly ever used Discord. Oops. Okay, sorry, it's just swapping to another account. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Alright, so I was swapping to the third account now. It took me a really long time to like understand the basic functionality of Discord. I'm not saying that because I think Discord's interface is confusing or bad. I'm saying that because like there's just so many. Discord is just like really functional, and it's hard to keep something functional and at the same time have a minimal interface.
Add Astra.
The reason why it's a lion is British captain Fraser Brunner had a shipwreck. Had shipwreck that went to Temasek, okay, and saw a lion there. Thus he named it town of Lion. What is Temasek? Is that a part? Is that a city in Singapore? Okay, I just dozed off again. Oops. Klee might need to pick roles. Yeah, I remember a few times before where people were not able to like understand how to like start chatting on our server is because they had to pick roles. I don't know if if we still have the same like system now, because like it's just the mods, man. There's such amazing people for like setting all that up, and basically everything else on the server. But and I don't know if they changed that. Not just about Singapore. I know many things. Oh, of course. Yeah, that is. Well, of course. That's why we call you Siri. Hmm. Oh, yeah. That's right. Teapot before this is full, and I
Would you
Hey,
care to
nice,
sit
nice.
down and join me for some?
Yo, I appreciate it, Happy. Thank you, man. Okay, so now just gotta make sure that we don't get capped on resin.
If you ever.
I make a Discord account on Discord. M8. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to help much with that, Genshin. In your case, I wouldn't recommend making a Discord account, especially because you don't really use it to communicate with anyone else. Like, I don't know. I would just I don't know. Like, I would just I wouldn't recommend people that like make an account of something just to communicate with like one person, especially if it's like to communicate with that one person about something that isn't even like super necessary. Like, I mean, it's a video game, and I understand like it's gonna help you a lot, but it's not something like that's like life changing or life threatening. Okay. All right. I'll do my best to do it here, Genshin.
Thunder. Rain cutter.
Can you tell me again what characters those were?
These are about to get
Fleeting
dicey.
shadow.
Absurd. Illusions are but distractions.
Stabilize.
No, my shoulder. Witness the power. Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over. Fire pipe. On fire.
Your thymia crumbles before.
Still more trivia ahead. Yo, what kind of trivia is this? Is this more Singapore trivia? Was Al-Haytham Lumine? Which element of Lumine? Genshin, which element? Animo. Okay. Alhaitham, Lumine, Animo. Okay, Genshin. Try your best to try your best to like keep all of this in mind, okay? I'm gonna do my best to like dull it down and like really simplify it and like only give you like the main like basics, like the fundamentals. So okay, let's start with Alhaitham. Alhaitham, one of your first goals with Alhaitham is to give him a good amount of crit rate and crit damage. And okay, so alright, basically the stats that you're looking for on Alhaitham is crit rate, crit damage, elemental mastery, and attack. And if you have any equipment that has that, use that. So the first goal, of course, again, is to have a good amount of crit rate, because what's the point of big damage or crit with having a lot of damage or high crit damage if you won't even crit?
Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
Time to go.
So by good amount of crit rate, I'm talking about getting like trying your best to get to at least 50% crit rate, right? Like if you could see here, all my characters have above 50% crit rate. But, you know, this is a pretty old account, so most of my characters actually have like, I'm trying to at least like get them to at least 60. This one actually has 71 because of this, right? Like 70 is like very like end game amount of crit rate, but like because you're probably just starting off, you might a good initial goal for crit rate is like 50%. Anywhere above 50%, of course, is always good. And once you get to like 50 or 55 or 60% crit rate, then you start worrying about crit damage, right? Like get any amount of crit damage like would be great, but then of course you don't want it all to be only crit damage, because of course, like I said, your Alhaitham also wants attack, it also wants EM. Like for example, okay, I'm on my third account. I don't have a character similar to Alhaitham here. Okay, like for example, so Alhaitham wants elemental mastery as well, right? So of course you build him just like you would like every other like normal like damage dealing unit. Give him attack, but at the same time, attack and elemental mastery are just as valuable with each other. Kaching is not built, so I can't make an example of her. No, she's level 20, so she's not built. And yeah, basically attack and elemental mastery are about as valuable as each other. So if you have stuff that has elemental mastery or attack, they're about as valuable as each other. But if you already have a lot of attack, then more attack is also not great. If you already have a good amount of attack, then try to look for more crit damage or more elemental mastery. And that's Alhaitham. Who else was it again? Alhaitham, Ganyu. Okay, Ganyu did it. Ganyu is the same, except for most of the time she doesn't care about elemental mastery. Most of the time. And same thing with Diluc. Most of the time, right? Most of the time, Diluc and Ganyu don't care about elemental mastery. There are certain situations where they do care about elemental mastery, and elemental mastery does increase their damage by a lot. But that is if you know how to use them, and I guess if you know how to use them, well, you probably don't really need my help. Unless you would, otherwise you would be asking me like more specific questions and not like just these general questions.
Take it easy.
Also, she doesn't need too much crit rate. Who? Sorry. Oh, Ganyu, you mean? Yes, but that depends on your build too.
Quietly now. Fun-filled.
What adventure rank are you, Genshin?
Wind strike.
45. Okay, fairly new account. Not very new account, but fairly new account. So I'm gonna assume that you don't have complete sets of different kinds of sets. I'm gonna assume that your Ganyu probably doesn't have. Yeah, your Ganyu probably doesn't have 4 Blizzard yet. So while in late game or like in mid game to end game, what Lucas said is true if you have 4 Blizzard. But if you don't have 4 Blizzard, like me, I don't really 4 Blizzard just isn't my thing. Like I just don't wanna. I don't know. I feel like the crit rate is inconsistent because like if I'm fighting Electro Slimes, then I would have like what 20-30% crit rate. But if I fight anything else that's freezable, then I would have like an 80% crit rate. I just find it really inconsistent, so that's why I prefer all my Ganyus have 4 Wanderers instead. Especially because I use Ganyu a lot in the overworld, and in the overworld I can't even do like a full rotation like of Morgana. So I just kind of just built her around charged attack, and that's it. As for Animo Lumine, so Animo is a very special element in Genshin. Oh man, this is confusing. Your name's Genshin. So Genshin, Animo is a very special element in Genshin because of a certain artifact set that almost all Animo characters should be using, called the Viridescent Venereer. What am I doing? Where am I? Oh yes. Actually, you know what? I'm too sleepy to do this boss. I can't right now. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I don't need to use my resin right now anyway. I'm not gonna cap out. So, the Viridescent Venereer thing that I was talking about is this artifact set. Oops. Excuse me. Where is it? Ah, this thing. Yeah, because of this thing, Animo is quite a special element. So, it is important to have 4 of these on a character so that you would have the 4 set effect, just like this, for example. And if you swirl an element that can be swirled, the elements that can be swirled are Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, and Electro. If you swirl one of those elements from on an enemy, then their resistance to that element will like significantly go down. Of course, that means you're gonna do a lot more damage of that element that you swirled. Like for example, okay, I guess you know what, I'm a little bit. Oh, you know what? I think I could test it out here. What's the domain for that? It's over here. Viridescent domain. It's this thing. Yeah, although most people really don't like farming this domain because no one wants the maiden set. But the Viridescent Generator is like really valuable, so some people do tend to still farm it. Okay, so here's example. Alright, so let's do a charged attack. 2193. 2193. Okay, I'm gonna guess that was a crit. Ouch. Okay, and then now let's swirl. And now we're doing 3407. Alright, so that is, yeah, that's a huge chunk of damage. Although, albeit this is Kazuha, so I may be doing a little bit more than I would on a non-Kazuha animal character. So 2802, 2193.
Take it easy. Wind strider.
3400 again. Alright, that's what the Viridescent Venerator does. As long as you swirl the element. And the thing is, like, I'm able to swirl Hydro because right now it's raining. So everything here has Hydro on them. So if you do an animal attack on them, it's gonna swirl whatever element was on them. Of course, a swirlable element. Pyro, Hydro, Electro, or Cryo. Alright, and let's see. Am I forgetting anything? I should heal up. These guys are almost dead.
Clear weather all around brightens the heart.
Oh no. Alright. I think have you finished the new Sorush event yet, buddy? I did. I actually just finished it. I already finished it a few days ago on my I'm on my third account now, and I finished it. Like I basically I stayed on top of it on my first and my third account, which is this one. But I didn't do it yet on the second account because I wanted to do all of it in one go, just so I would have footage of it. I wanted to do it all in one go on stream, so I would have footage of it. I don't know, in case I ever want footage of it in the future. And I actually just finished it on the second account. Yeah, right before, maybe not right before, but like about 20 minutes before I logged into this account. It was fun. Like it's not like super fun. It's not like playing tag with your friends when you're like when you're a kid. It's not like playing video games after school when I was in primary school. It's not like that much fun, but it's like fun, like casually. It's a very casual / satisfying fun gameplay. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to explain. I can't put my finger on it, but there's just something satisfying about it.
It's called being a freelancer. Old folks just don't get it.
Something new event in it. They put something new in it? Wait, what do you mean? Are you talking about... Oh no, there's no new event yet. Okay, okay. What? Crystallized sandworm. Crystallized sandworm? What's a crystallized sandworm? What is that? Are you talking about the wee nut? I doubt you're talking about the wee nut, because like has nothing to do with crystallized. Oh, are you talking about the Golden Wolf Lord? Well, there's no cave here, so I doubt that you're talking about this. Sumerio. Yeah, wee nut. Okay, it was the wee nut then. So, but then crystallize? Why? Well, okay, why the word crystallize? Or are you talking about this thing? But then again, like, why the word crystallize? World boss? Oh, this guy. Wait. But he said sandworm. Northeast. Oh, you mean this thing? Oh, are you talking about the door? Oh, no, I don't. No, it's not here. The door's not here. The door's somewhere here. Huh, I don't understand. What are we talking about? Am I missing something? It is here. What is here? Crystallized sandworm. Oh, you're talking about the like, hang on. Where is it? Is it gone? Wait, is it gone? Wait. Wait a moment. Wait, are you serious? How did I not notice that? Wait, hang on. Let me make sure I'm thinking about the same thing here. Okay. So am I actually thinking about the right thing here? Because I don't exactly remember where that was. Okay. You're right. It is that thing. Okay. What? Wait. I don't think that's because of the event. Oh. Because like it was a memory. Is this the hole you're talking about? I think this hole has been here since then. Yeah. This hole has been here since then. What? Alright, I stand corrected. That hole has not been there since then. This crystallized worm will also be gone. Okay. Alright. Lucas, you are such a cool dude for like telling me about this. But when it comes to remember what an NPC said in an event, that is something that I am almost never going to be able to answer. Because like I am Skippy McSkip when it comes to dialogue.
A chest full of valuables.
But if that's the case, then it is gone. Yeah. Worm will also be gone. Okay. So if I'm to understand this. Oh, this the hole you're talking about. I just went the other way. I just went the other way. Okay, okay. Alright, so where is this hole? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, no wonder why I was like, huh, why is there a challenge here now? I mean, yeah, it is. And if they just decided to make the dialogue a little shorter, right? Just to cut out, like, I'm no writer, right? I'm no writer, but I do consume content. I watch movies. I watch anime. I read manga, whatever, right? I read fan fiction, and I'm also a little bit of an enthusiast when it comes to like filmmaking and like psychology, and by psychology I mean like, why do I like this piece of content? I like watching videos and like other people discuss about why this, why that, etc. But that being said, I'm no writer, right? I'm no writer, but I could just see the difference in the dialogue in so much of Genshin's content. Archon quest, world quest, story quest, like event quest, everything in Genshin, there is so much unnecessary dialogue that would just be better visualized in the story, or just left for us to guess, instead of like being fed exactly what we need to know. Like, you know, instead of like telling us exactly the piece of information that needs to like connect this to that, just let us guess. Let us like, or maybe imply it, and then you wouldn't need, you could just erase like 5 more lines of dialogue of trying to explain this. Alright, well, this is our first time doing this challenge. I wonder where it leads to. Is it gonna lead to where the earthworm the sandworm went to? I don't think so, because it's probably completely gone. But nice call, nice call. So I'm gonna assume that sandworm was not there because of the event, but it did. Okay, I'm surprised. That's probably the first time that they've done that, right? I don't know. I feel like that's the first time they've done that, where a thing in the open world was there, but then gets removed by an event. So now the question is, what happens to the sandworm if you're a new player a year from now? Wait, what? How does that work? Because you don't get to play this Sarush event. You don't get to play this when this event is over. What happens to the sandworm? Does it just not appear? I mean, it's part of the world quest. I think it's part of the world quest. So how would you get rid of it if there's no event in the future? If there's no this Sarush event? Writing quality is sometimes super inconsistent. Yeah, it is, right? It is super inconsistent. It's like sometimes the writing will be like really like top-notch quality, and sometimes the dialogue, like the writing, will feel like someone who wasn't a writer wrote it. Like just basically someone was just told, okay, this is what you need to write. Like write this, write that part of the story, and then yeah, and I understand, you know, like you need to allocate resources. You need to allocate resources where they're more needed. You can't have the writing supervisor writing everything all the time. Sometimes he's gonna have to delegate some of their tasks to someone else, and that someone else sometimes may not be a writer, or may be like a new-ish writer or an inexperienced writer. Where does this go, and how do we open it? It might be a thing that I need to look for. One of those green things. That's also what I was wondering. It is very possible. Like it's literally a several billion-dollar company. Probably have like several. So back then they probably had like dozens and dozens of staff, right? Or sorry, employees and devs and writers. To now they probably have like hundreds, because they got what the. Oh, okay. This is literally where we come into the cave. Huh. Pretty interesting that I found my way out that way. Yeah, they probably have like hundreds and hundreds of people now, especially because like they've got game development going on, like multiple games being developed at the same time. That was so fascinating. Thank you so much, Lucas, for telling me. I never would have found out about it. I would have found out about it like a year from now, literally. Like just randomly being bored, you know, just randomly being bored and like randomly teleporting to different waypoints and then just realizing something. Okay, that was so cool. All right. But yeah, you're right. Like I really am wondering like what's gonna happen to the worm for people in the future who don't get to play this event. Is it just gonna stay there? That was funny. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna assume that they're gonna include in the world quest some they're probably gonna include in the world quest some part where Sarush says the same thing. Like they're probably they're probably gonna change the world quest a little bit to include the part of the event quest to like to remove the sandworm. I don't know, I'm guessing. Yeah, because that has been a thing back then. Like that has been a thing, become a problem back then, where really important like lore bits will be in event quests. Like for example, okay, like people talked about this quite a lot back then, where like some of the most important lore about Albedo was in an event quest. Like it was like a Dragon Spine event. But then like if people didn't play then, how would they ever know about Albedo? So yeah, I think since then they might be changing like certain world quests, certain character quests to include parts parts of at least the important parts of
Things are about to get dicey.
at least the important parts of certain event quests, so that future players don't miss out on like lore and other stuff.
Take it easy.
Oops! Oh wow, how did I not get hit by that? Did I just iframe the barrel?
Gotcha.
Oh, that was a vaporize. Why did you die?
Wind strike.
Very good from you. Sarush in quest could say a few more lines. Oh great, a few more lines for us to skip. Thank goodness I don't have to skip those lines anymore. Like what he said in the event, then after the world quest is finished for a few days, then the worm is gone. Probably, yeah, it could be something like that. It could be something like that, like a few days, like maybe Sarush will ask you to like will tell you like, oh maybe soon, and then all of a sudden like the quest like in the quest menu like here will tell you wait 3 days from now, or at 1700 or something like that. Oh, I wasn't counting. Normally I would count like 9 seconds and then I would like swap to another character just so I don't have to see I don't have to wait for Sayu's animation for coming out of her role. Yo, what's up? What are you doing? Just doing dailies, man. I want to do my weeklies as well, but I don't know. I'm out of it right now. I've dozed off several times in the stream already, and I should really get off. Yeah, you know what? I think now might be a good time to get off, because I've dozed off like 2 or 3 times in the last like half hour, and. Yeah, I don't know if no one's said anything about it, so I'm pretty sure no one's noticed. But occasionally I will just be like running straight into a wall or something, doing nothing for like a few seconds, and that's because like I dozed off. Yeah, go to bed. Oh no, Klee, are you trying to get back? Are you trying to get back at me for doing what I did to you so long ago? Oops, I'm so sorry, Mr. Hilitrell. I didn't mean to bother you.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Yes. Hey, whatever I did to you back then, I did that out of love, okay? I did that out of love and concern. Raw meat. Oh. I mean, like, even after it wasn't even a ban, it was a timeout, okay? We just wanted you to go to bed, because you wouldn't. And after I timed you out, you just swapped to a different YouTube account and then came back anyway. And I couldn't find it in my heart to time that account out too. this? Ah, there. I have so many accounts. Yeah, oh, you know what? I actually do have multiple like Google accounts too. And I actually also have multiple Facebook accounts. I remember this oh my god, this was this was 11 years ago. So I made multiple Facebook accounts just to play a video game. It's a PvP video game, and it was basically a private server, but a browser version of a video game that I played a long time ago. Like how long ago was that?
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Like 15 years ago? Yeah, 15 years ago. So it was a browser version, but not a like an official version. It was basically a private server of the video game, a video game that I played like 15, 16, 17 years ago. And you just needed to, like, I guess, like, connect your Facebook account to it or log in with your Facebook account, and you could play the game. But then it was like you could play like 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. And what I did was I wanted to play 4v4 against myself. And because it was a browser version, I could just have like 8 Chrome tabs open and I would just play with myself. because it was a turn-based sort of game. It was like a skill-based, not like strategy-based, but skill. Hard to explain. I cannot explain it. The name of the game is Gunbound, like Gunbound. If you guys want to look up what it looks like, you know, like I reckon whatever videos you find on YouTube of Gunbound are probably at least 5 to 10 years old at this point. Yeah, you know what? YouTube wasn't even a thing yet. Wait, what year was YouTube? What year? 2005. Oh, okay. So YouTube was already there, but YouTube was still like just only YouTube. YouTube was still only YouTube and not like part of Google yet. Google didn't buy YouTube yet when I played that game. Wow, man, how time flies. So, and because it was a turn-based game, I hated having to wait for my turn. And that was the main reason why I wanted to play with myself. Because, like, after my turn, if all the 8 players in that, like, turn-based game were just me, I would just be the one playing all the time. And, oh, the funny thing about it was I did that while in training. Like by training, I mean like I did it literally on the training, on the computer in the training room of my first job. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure our trainer knew everything we were doing, because like it was like a large like corporation. So they probably had the computers networked in a way where they could just they could always monitor whenever they wanted to, like what was on our screen. But he just didn't say anything. And while in training, I just played video games. While in training, I just turned my monitor away. I just turned my monitor away and because like, so behind, okay, so the layout of the room, the training room was that. So there were computers that were facing, there were seats that were facing straight forward at the trainer, and there were seats that were facing left and right, like towards the walls. obviously if you sat there, the trainer would see your screen. But then, even though the seats that were facing towards the trainer could still see your screen, because right behind you was just a giant like window, and because we were all on a night shift, it would just be dark outside, and what the trainer would see on the window would just be a reflection of everything. It would just be a perfect reflection. It would just be almost a perfect mirror. So it was actually better to be on the side and just turn your monitor. That sounds fun. I mean, like, there's something fun about being mischievous, I guess, especially when you're young, when there are no risks. Well, I mean, like, technically there was a risk at that time, but then, like, I was young, I didn't care, and I was irresponsible. It was very irresponsible of me to do that. Like me now, 30-year-old me now, would probably not condone that behavior of like 18-year-old me back then. But then I also wouldn't blame myself, because like, yeah, I it would just be nothing I could do, because like, it's me and I know why I did it.
More speed.
And at the time, my reasons for doing it were justifiable, but only justifiable to me alone, and not like from a practical standpoint or from a responsible standpoint.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Looking for a fight?
Okay. Alright. Those seeds looked more like missiles than actual seeds. Just doing 40k damage each. Sheesh. 10 Opticon. Which country do you live? Is this your main account? No, this is my third account, Chauvin. My main account was the first one that I did dailies and weeklies on. This is my third account. This is the only account that I have Eula on. And just like now, I already had Eula out on the field. I still didn't use her. It's not that I hate Eula. Well, okay, like some part of me does hate Eula. Like, not Eula the character, but Eula her kit. So Arduin soon. I think I should be able to do this. It's because this boss, like, it's not the easiest boss out there, but it's at least it's not as, it doesn't require as much attention as the Scaramouche boss. I can kind of just bang my head against this mostly. I mean, like, okay, Klee, you should take your own advice as well.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Let me leave you
My Hu Tao on this account has the lowest potential, because this account doesn't have elegy, whereas my second and third accounts do.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Gather.
Witness the power of Gurwa. Body and mind.
Cross over!
Oh. Well, this is annoying.
Here comes the catch. Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Rain cutter.
Time to go.
Solidify.
Quietly now. No, my sword. Game's up. Fun's over.
Which country you live? Oh, sorry. Yeah. I saw that message, but I forgot to answer it. I'm from the Philippines, man. I also lived in the Philippines, never been outside the country. Can't afford it, and yeah, just can't afford it. And I guess, like, I'm not gonna say that I can't do it, because I guess I could, like, if I tried really hard to maybe try to figure out a way to find a job abroad. But then, like, given the state of what situation I'm in, I find that very hard to do in my situation. Might have been easier when I was younger, but not now. Oh yeah, wait, I haven't heard you talk about your account in a while, Clay. How is your account doing, by the way? Okay, I'll probably just do this boss tomorrow off stream. My brain doesn't have enough brain cells remaining after today. Okay, that's great, that's great. I swear every time I got the mood to do co-op in this boss, I gotta be a Bennett smashing Q in phase 3 shield. Phase 3. Phase 3? Oh, you mean like when he gets all like glowy dendro thing? There was a way that you could stay safe from like that massive, like, I don't know what that attack was, like earthquake looking attack. You just go into one of the like domes that it gives you. I guess that might be it. Hang on. Obviously, there's one more weekly boss I haven't done this week, which I will do tomorrow when I have a few more brain cells than I do now. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. She has 4 Blizzard now. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I guess yeah, I'm gonna go hit the stack. I'm gonna go hit the hay. That's it for today. Anyways, if you guys need any help building your accounts, your characters, need any help making a decision on which banner to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams. It's also in the pinned message in YouTube chat. Yeah, thanks so much guys for coming by and hanging on, being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Take care, everybody. Bye, guys. Thank you all for the chill stream, chill chat.